Let me answer the next question, and maybe this will make more sense. Maybe my answer will make more sense too. So this is the last question that came in online anyway. Since the affair partner and my husband thought it was okay to carry on a year-long affair, I simply do not understand how a full-grown woman can cause such pain to an innocent wife. Here's the answer: unhealthy. I said something so simple one time, and I forget who it was to, but she's like, "Oh my God, Beth, nobody's ever like just said something so profound, so simple." And it just really landed with her. Healthy people don't cheat. That's it. Healthy people don't cheat. That's why on that scale of 1 to 100, you get twice as many points as your partner, because you didn't cheat. Healthy people do not cheat. Affair partners are not healthy people. They're not. Yes, this was a full-grown woman. How can a full-grown woman do this to another woman? Well, because they're toxic. They're unhealthy. That's really the core answer. People want to hear more than that from me. And I get that. I'm not saying that this person that wrote the question does. I'm just speaking very generally. People want, they want like this, they want these detailed answers to questions. I've got one client that I work with, and just about now it's kind of a joke with us, but she'll be like, Beth, why did he do that? Why did he do that? And I'll be like, I'll call her Sue. I'm like, Sue, why? And she's like, unhealthy. I'm like, yeah. Next week, you know what he did? I couldn't believe he did that. He ignored my daughter. Why would he do that, Beth? Sue, why? He's unhealthy. You see, we can add 1,000 labels to things. We can call people all kinds of names. We can give them all kinds of diagnoses. We can give them all kinds of stages of this narcissism and type 4 that. And at the end of the day, what we're talking about are unhealthy people. And I know that's a simple word and it doesn't have a lot of punch behind it, but really at its core, that's what we're talking about. My husband was with 10 different women between when we were dating and when we were married. Not one of them was a healthy adult woman. Not one of them. Because a healthy person wouldn't cheat. A healthy woman does not become an affair partner. A healthy husband does not have an affair. So the whole goal is to become a healthy human being. Can I go back and go back to that other answer that I gave? This isn't about becoming better spouses. This is about becoming healthy human beings, because a healthy human being will never cheat again. A healthy human being is emotionally connected to their partner now, their real partner. Affairs are about fantasy. Affairs are selfish. Affairs are more about how this person makes me feel than it is about how I feel about that person. My husband's affairs was more about how affair partners made him feel. It wasn't so much about what he felt about them. He had to say certain things in order to keep this fantasy going, in order to keep that supply coming, right? He had to say all kinds of stuff. Do you know I got stuck on the fact that he said, I love you to an affair partner? I got so stuck on that and so angry about that. I don't know how many fights we had over that. That hurts. But on the other side of this, I now realize his definition of love was extremely selfish. He would have said anything he needed to say. Today, his definition of love is selfless. It's not about him. It's about him being the best human being he can be. It's about him showing up every day, the best version of himself. As a husband, as a father, as a brother, as a son-in-law, as a son, as an uncle, as a boss, as an employee. That's how I know he's completely transformed. He didn't just start doing dishes and say, oh, are you okay, honey? No. He did a lot more than that. Affair partners are unhealthy human beings. I know you want a bigger word than that. Again, I don't mean the person that's asking the question. I just mean in general. We want a lot more of again, a punch to it. I could give you all kinds of diagnoses. I have no idea who this affair partner is. I don't know who this person is. I don't know who the husband is. But at the core, the common denominator, unhealthy people cheat.